This one has something really special about it though, so hang in there. Hang in there. For other people, it just smells like you have really bad body odor. See the on that? It was just so good. Hey, welcome to my Feral Beauty channel. If you're new here, I'm Kirsty and I just talk about girly stuff. So if that's your thing, subscribe. There is a lot going on in the world right now, including but not limited to taxes and World War III. But you know what they always say? They say you can be poor and your country at war, but you don't have to smell like a 10-cent whore. It has been so long since I've talked about the new fragrances that I've added to my collection. There are so many that I'm going to have to make a couple different videos. This one is going to be kind of about some general, mostly Arab fragrances, Middle Eastern fragrances that I've added to my collection. I'm going to try and rattle off the Fragrantica notes that are listed, but some of these might not even be in Fragrantica yet, so we'll just have to see. But if not, I'm going to put the Amazon listing of these down below if I can find them on there. And usually they'll have a good idea of the note. Oh, it's been attacked by a bug. First, I'm going to start with this celebrity fragrance that I'm adding to my collection. This is Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. What mainly drew me to this was the fact that it had a unique note of margarita in it. And I was like, interesting. Crazy. How does one capture the soul of a margarita in a fragrance? Okay, I said margarita, but now that I'm looking at the notes, it's martini. It's martini, y'all. Smell like a martini. Lovely has top notes of lavender, martini, bergamot, mandarin orange, and palisander rosewood. We're just going to call it rosewood because I don't know how to pronounce that first word. Has middle notes of patchouli, orchid, and narcissus. Base notes of things like musk, cedar, and white amber. And also listed under there is more woodsy notes. So I guess there's a variety of woods. To me, this captures the essence of Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City, played by Sarah Jessica Parker. It has, it's a little too sexy to be a work scent. It's a little too worky to be a sex scent, I guess. Even though this is a unique fragrance that I do want in my collection, and I'm glad that I have, I would not be buying this again, and I don't plan on wearing this all that often. And this is one of those fragrances as well. Like, usually when a celebrity comes out with a fragrance, it's very, anybody can use it because it's kind of made to be produced for the masses, so it's going to work for a lot of people. It's like the Hershey's of the chocolate world. It's like, yeah, everybody likes it. Yeah, it works for kind of just everybody. This is not a fragrance that works for everybody. I have actually smelled this fragrance on several people. For some people, it blends wonderfully with their skin chemistry. For other people, it just smells like you have really bad body odor. So I'd be really careful to maybe try samples of this before you decide to get it. It's not something I would recommend people blind buying, but if you are one of those people that this just blends beautifully with your skin chemistry, let me know and let others know down below because they might be interested in it. Glad I got it in a small size. Next, I'm going to talk about the fragrance that I have inside of this gorgeous, how do I say this, Fortnum & Mason. Most of you know if you've been following my channel for medium to long amount of time. A little while back, me and my bestie went overseas to the UK and France, and I was on the hunt for a very specific fragrance worn by a very specific person. I cannot reveal what this fragrance is in this particular video because I want a longer video to really do this fragrance and the wearer of this fragrance justice. Because the tea that I uncovered when diving into this fragrance and the woman who wore this, when I reveal this to you guys, I think the note profile and what people have to say about this fragrance, you're going to be shocked at who wore this. And so that's also why I want a longer video to go into more detail about it, because it's stunning to me that this woman wore this fragrance, and what that says about her is unique and fascinating to me. And then when you find out about her arch nemesis and what that woman wore, it's laughably poetic. Is that the word for? I don't know. Crazy stuff, like drama channel kind of stuff. Anyway, why don't you guys, based on what I've said, see if you can guess who the woman was and what fragrance this is that I'm going to go over in an upcoming video. I wonder if any of you guys will get it, because I was blindsided by this tale. Now we're going to hop into the Middle Eastern fragrances. This is one that randomly popped up in my Amazon shopping feed, and I had to try it out because when I looked it up, it was supposed to be this smooth, caramely, long-lasting fragrance. When I first got this, I had to sit and let it cook for a little while. You guys know the drill of we get Arab fragrances, we spray them a couple times, we banish them away to a dark corner to sit for a while until they start acting right. When I first got it, it was so unblended. It smelled like really alcohol-y, and I'm really glad I let it sit for a while. Oof, you see the on that? It was just so good. Now that this has sit, there is almost a gourmandy, sweet, caramely Play-Doh-iness to this. Almost like sometimes when you get a scent that has vanilla in it, to me, you can get hints of like a tobacco-iness to that vanilla. I could not find this fragrance on Fragrantica, but to me, when I smell this, this is like a smoky caramel. A little bit of vanilla in there. There also might be like some slight berries in here, but overall, this would be a more unisex fragrance. So don't let those notes, play with your heart, make a fool out of you. This might be a better fall fragrance than a spring or a summer fragrance, but if you like warm, gourmandy, unisex kind of fragrances, this is actually a really good one. And look at this gorgeous little copper bottle. All right, this next one I waited to have in my collection for a really long time. This is Paris Corner's Ministry of Oud Gladiator's Oath. I own Nile Whispers. I've showed that to you guys before, how gorgeous the bottle is, and how gorgeous the scent is. That one is widely known for being this like Cleopatra kind of scent. And someone in the comments of an older video was like, why does everybody describe that as a Cleopatra scent? It's not original. Because it smells like freaking Cleopatra, baby. Go get some. But this one, the bottle of this, just like all the other ones in the series, have this beautiful like stone mud look that like if you shine this in the light, it's just gorgeous. And I love the detailing. This one has a Rome kind of theme to it. Has top notes of cardamom and saffron, has middle notes of lily of the valley, ylang ylang, and jasmine, and has base notes of vanilla, caramel, amber, and sandalwood. Enough. Quit stealing my heart. This is more unisex than Nile Whispers. It's less dry, less sandy, but so smooth and chocolatey, but not like a you smell like a straight up dessert kind of chocolatey. It's berries, it's chocolatey, but it's fragrancy, and I really like that. And not perfumey, like it's stinging your nose. It's fragrancy, like it's smooth and it's dark. This would make a really great date night perfume, actually. If you're gonna be in a dark, smoky room, hopefully not a smoky room, but if you're gonna be in a dark room and close to people who need to be smelling you, this is a really great, dark, sexy fragrance. But I would also say, even though this one leans kind of feminine to my nose, this could be a good unisex fragrance as well. Yeah, I would almost say this is probably like a good daytime wear for a guy, a good nighttime wear for a girl. That's my natural reaction. You guys let me know if there's another one from this collection that I should get next. So far, I have loved both Nile Whispers and Gladiator's Oath. They last a good amount of time, probably 4 to 6 hours on me. And the bottles are so gorgeous in the series that I would definitely invest in getting more of these. So pretty sitting on a shelf. Oh my gosh. This next fragrance is one that I bought for spring and summer because everybody was like freaking out about this last year. So I ended up getting it and it did not disappoint. This is Lattafa Atheeri. First of all, Lattafa, shut your mouth. This is so good. And look, okay, I'm going to reopen this again. It's so pretty and it's themed like bees. And I have already gotten so many compliments off of wearing this. I am super, and look at the dent. Look at the dent on this. Lattafa Atheeri has top notes of passion flower and dewdrop, which, how unique is that? Dewdrop. You don't find that every day. Has middle notes of orchid and jasmine and base notes of vanilla and amberwood. These notes may not be diverse, but this fragrance, it's beautiful. That's a beautiful fragrance. This fragrance is floral and nectary and sweet and ooey gooey, but still maintains this lightness that you would want around springtime when the weather is starting to heat up. For me, this might be a little too heavy if I'm outdoors in the summer, but if you have some fun like at night thing you're doing in summer or indoors, this would be really great for that. This is a very fun, uplifting, happy little fragrance that lasts forever, and it's another one of these bottles that just looks so cute sitting on a shelf. To me, for some reason, that matters almost as much as the juice inside. I've even gotten to the point where I don't think I'm going to invest in anything that doesn't have a cute bottle anymore because I find it's just not worth my time. Anyway, it's gorgeous, and the box is gorgeous too. That for me is kind of right up there with like Burberry Goddess. Like it's really close. to like Burberry goddess kind of material. And not that it smells like it, but in how wonderful and timeless it is. This is Velvet Moon Petal, and it's supposed to be a dupe of Guidance by Homage. Am I saying that right? Homage? You can kind of tell it's inspired by Guidance. Really hard to get out of the box. Yeah. This one has something really special about it though, so hang in there. Hang in there. This is another one of those fragrances that when I got it in, I had to take it out and spray it. Smelled disgusting, put it on a shelf for a while, and now that it started to blend, it's getting nice. Now, Velvet Moon Petal, even though it's got like this great like hazelnut kind of note in it, same as Guidance by Homage. The problem with this one, for me, when I opened it and sprayed it, is it was a complete saffron bomb. And you guys let me know if that's the issue you have with Guidance. I know there's a lot of people who have like mixed opinions on Guidance, and I wonder if this is the issue with Guidance when people don't like it. Does it smell like, at first it just smells like it's just a bunch of saffron just shoving itself up your nostrils? But after letting it sit, that saffron has really just evened out. And did you see it was so good. That gets better the longer I let it sit. I'm probably going to let this sit for a few more months before I wear it because it starts to get smooth, less medicinally. The saffron just blends with everything else and you get this sweet, it's herbally and it's sweet, but it's not necessarily in a gourmandy kind of way. Yeah, I would say in like a herbally, earthy kind of boho kind of way. And you guys let me know if that's a good description of what this is inspired by as well, because I haven't ever smelled the original one and would love to know if that's the vibe you all like about that. But for those of you who love Guidance, but you don't want to pay that $300 or $300 or $400 price tag on a niche fragrance, this could be a really great option for you. So long as you get it and you let it sit for like 6 months. So get it, spray it, put it on a shelf, banish it till it acts right. And then you're going to have yourself a really good boho herbally kind of fragrance. And this particular bottle has a feature that more fragrances should have, and it's the magnetic cap. I love a good magnetic cap.